Objections. Let me think about it. Every salesperson heard these words coming out of their potential client's mouth in a sales meeting. So in this video, I want to show you how you can handle objections like a pro and make sure that you're actually converting these potential clients into active clients. And we will do that using the looping technique. So stick around and let's dive into it. First, what is the looping technique? It's simply backtracking to represent the value of what you're offering each time your potential client offers you an objection. Then after that, you move forward for the sale again. Now, why is the looping technique something you must do in every sales meeting? Simply because your job is to handle objections. Look, if there weren't objections, the clients will just send you the money and that's it, right? So your job is actually to turn that objection into an active client. That is your main job role, and that is the main task. So you need to make sure that you're handling these objections the right way to ensure that you're not leaving any money on the table and your conversion rate is going up. So the question now is, how can you use the looping technique? And to answer that, let's break it down into 4 simple steps. Step 1, when you're faced with an objection, make sure that you acknowledge it and understand what the potential customer is saying by actively listening to what they say. Now, after you actively listen, now you need to recap what you understood. Why do we do that? Simply to make sure that the potential client feels that they're heard on the call, feels that you actually understood what they're saying. You're not just reselling them again for no reason. So you need to do this to ensure that you are actually hearing what the potential customer is saying and you are here consulting them. Now, after you acknowledge and hear the objection and recap it, now you need to talk about the benefits of your service or products again. Why do we do that? Because simply when someone says an objection, their focus is only on the objection currently. So you need to make sure that you shift their focus again to the value that you will provide them with your service or product, which will put them in the right mindset for you when you say your solution. Now, after you talk about the values, now you can actually handle the objection. Now you can say multiple solutions. Now, why do you want to handle it on a call? Because if they get off the call and the objection is not handled, their concerns are not cleared, you'll never hear from them again. That's why you need to make sure that you're handling all the objections. Yeah, surprise, surprise, not one objection, it's multiple objections. So you might need to do the same process again and again every time you face an objection. Now, while giving them the solutions for their objections, you need to make sure that you're not doing a one-size-fits-all solution. You need to understand that each scenario, each objection from a specific potential customer, you handle it differently from another potential customer. So you need to make sure that you understand the service or product you're selling. So you understand how to offer the solutions in the first place. Because if you give them one-size-fits-all solutions, it won't work. Because look, the wording of how you state the solution that you're offering to their objections will be something reduced after you actively heard their objection. Because you cannot say the solution the same way to a lot of people. You need to make sure that your answer and solution is customized for each scenario. Now, after you say the solution, now you need to showcase that you had similar clients before, that you have case studies, showcase these case studies on the call, explain to them multiple case studies, multiple scenarios of similar companies. And after doing that, now you need to seek confirmation. Look, if you think the solution is good, doesn't mean they think the solution is good. So you need to make sure that they agree to the solution you offered. And to do that, you need to ask few open-ended questions to make sure that the client is now satisfied and the objection is handled correctly. Because what you don't want to do is having the same objection again on the same call. That means that you didn't handle the objection correctly. So make sure you're handling it the right way, you're seeking confirmation, and once confirmed, you can move on to the other objection or for the sale if that was the only objection they had. So in short, doing this technique will allow you to handle your objections correctly. You're acknowledging the objection, you're hearing the objection, you're re-saying it in your own words to ensure that the client know you heard them. Then after that, you're showcasing the value of your product or service. Then you state the solution of the objection. After that, you reassure them with few case studies. Then you seek confirmation. Then you can move on to the other objection. And now, if this technique was done the right way, there are many benefits to it. For example, building the trust even more, reinforcing the value you're offering them, and also increasing client satisfaction on the call. But look, of course, this technique will need some practice. You will need to do it multiple times on the call to make sure that it's looking natural and you're able to do it under any scenario. And if you felt that you're having a hard time doing this job, and if you felt you're having a hard time doing this technique, then make sure you understand the service and the product good enough. Because if you don't, you cannot implement any sales techniques. Because if you yourself don't understand the service you're offering or the product, you won't be able to handle these objections the right way. So try it out and let me know the results, and trust me, objection handling will be a piece of cake after implementing this technique. Now, if you want more information on how to generate a flow of new clients for your company, you can book a consulting session through the link below to speak to me or one of our team members, and we will create for you a customized action plan to take you from where you are right now to your desired revenue. So if you're ready to get a flow of new clients, click the link below, book a meeting. See you soon, and remember, keep scaling.